Hello, everybody, and you are all welcome for the presentation of how to use Promis website. In the beginning, we log into Promis website by adding the area number, the customer number, and the username, the password, and then we log in. Well, in the very beginning, we have to select the project that we are working with. So here we select, here it's supposed to build a university. This university consists of different colleges and different buildings. So let's suppose that we are going to work on the psychology college. So we select the psychology college and make next. We will notice on the left that Promise Company Projects now working with Psychology College. Well, in the beginning, we can insert extra buildings if we like, and we can update the building that we have by deleting one of them or by updating the data. And then again, we select the building that we work with. So it's already selected, the Psychology College. Okay, so after selecting the building, in the very beginning, we insert the main data to the project. So the main data includes the BOQ, bill of quantity, the time schedule, the customization sheet, and the budget file. It's very important here to say that before we prepare the files of the BOQ and the time schedule, it's very important to say that there is a coordination between the names of the activities, which means that at the end of the day, we will have the same list of BOQ, the same list of activities, and the same list of activities which is used in the BOQ is used in the time schedule. So the total number of items here is the same total numbers of items here. So in the beginning, we upload the Excel file after being prepared. And after that, we upload first we upload the Excel file of BOQ, then we upload the Excel file of the time schedule. And after that, we will receive a table of the parameters used for the calculation of the project, like, for example, the productivity of each item and the number of days we need to make shop drawing, the number of days we need to purchase, etc., etc. So there is a chance here to review this list and we can customize it and prepare a customized and revised file. After that, we can upload this customized file. The last step is to upload the budget file. The budget file means after preparing the budget of each activity and referring to the time schedule, we will find out how much money the budget of the first day of the project and how much money the budget of the second day, etc., etc. After filling all the days of the project in one file, we will upload this file to the system. After uploading these 4 files, the dashboard will be ready to use. What is the dashboard? The dashboard includes all the tasks that are required from each department. For example, the subcontracting department will have a task list that will show him which items need to be subtracted and when to be subtracted. Similarly, there is a list for the technical office that he can deal with the shop drawing, submittal and approval, and he can deal with the material submittal and approval. Also, we have a sheet for the construction team that will allow them to take off the material of the project. After taking off the material, will go to the procurement department. So they will purchase the required material, and after that, the material will be delivered to the main warehouse or the site warehouse. After that, the engineer in the construction field will make a request from the site store, and the site store will issue this material to the site. After delivering of material to the site, the construction staff will make a mock-up for the item. They will approve the mock-up, and after that, they start the activity. Using the progress, step by step, day by day, until we finish the construction of each activity. After that, it will go again back to the activity finish. So we can notice here that these are the processes used in the construction project, and they are organized in the logic way, which means the first thing is subcontracting. If there is a subcontract with some of the activities or some of the items, after that, the items that are going to be executed by the main contractor, they start, the first process will be the technical office process of shop drawing, material and approval, shop drawing and material approval. And after that, the material take off, the procurement, etc., etc. Okay, let's take an example, what we can see if we go, for example, in the procurement sheet. Okay, we press here and we find this is the procurement sheet. This is the procurement sheet purchase order. In this sheet, we will see 6 colors. What is the meaning of these colors? The delayed activities will be shown on the red color, and the active activities are shown in the yellow, and the future or ahead activities will be shown in the green color. The blue activity for those items that have been partially completed, while the fully completed items will be shown in a gray color. And the processable is a very useful button. Here we can ask Promis what tasks I can do. What tasks I can do. This is used by pressing processable. Well, if we review some details here, if we look at the delay, take the first item, underground water tank, RC top slab. We will notice that it is supposed, we are talking about the procurement, not construction. It is supposed that we start procurement, we start purchasing of the material related to this item on the 17th of February and finish the procurement on the 25th of February. Today is 19th of March, which means we are already late by 19 days. We are already late by 19 days. This is the explanation. But while if we look at the yellow color, the yellow item number 1291, BOQ item ID, the BOQ item description, block work to protect external waterproofing. Okay, we will see that it is supposed to start on the 10th of March and it should be completed on or before the 21st of March. Since we are today on the 19th of March, still we have 2 days to complete. So there is no delay, and this item should be active now. It means the procurement department is supposed to be almost around to complete the procurement process, the purchase process of all items related to block work to protect external waterproofing. And the green color for those items that will be started in the future. So if we notice this one, we will see that it will start on the 31st of March and finish on the 9th of April, which means this is this is a future item. And from today, if we compare from today, we still have 18 days to complete this item. Well, there is nothing blue here in this sheet. We can find the blue color in different sheet like MSR maybe. Okay, yes. The blue color means if we look at this activity, external waterproofing for retaining walls, we will see here that the quantity in the BOQ is 500 and we have already processed 200. It means in the process of material supply request, the take-off process, the engineer has already asked from the procurement to purchase 200 out of the 500. So this process is partially completed, and it is completed by 40%, okay? This is why you can see this item in blue color. Okay, if we press on the completed, we are still on the page of material supply request. We will see that all these items have been completed, and this is the day of action. This is the day of action, which means item, for example, the first row, waterproofing for rough foundation, it was completed actually on the 3rd of February 2023. Okay. Now, similarly, all the processes have the same color. Okay. This is for the material received voucher. So every process manager or every department manager, simply speaking, he will go to his sheet, to his page. Okay. Once he go to his page, he will know that, for example, we are again, now we are in the shop drawing and material process. We are in the technical office sheet. Okay. This engineer, by the way, here there is no blue color because the blue color is related to the items that have quantities. And there is no quantity in the shop drawing and material approval, either to be done or not to be done. The items that have no quantities, there is no blue color here. Similarly, the orange color for to be done or not to be done, because the shop drawing and material approval is the first process. It is the first process. It does not depend on the previous processes. Sorry. This is why also there is no orange color as a special case. But if we go to the second sheet, we will find all the colors because there is a quantity, there is a chance to make partial material supply request, there is a blue color. So whenever there is a quantity, you will find the blue color. And whenever the process depends on the previous process, so again, you can ask, is it processable or not? Which means, did the previous process, did the previous process manager complete his job so I can do my job? This is the meaning of the processable. So if we go to any sheet, we can see all the colors, the same meaning. This is for the material received voucher. This means this sheet is used by the store manager when he receive material from the when he receive any material delivered from the seller. And this sheet for the engineer from the site when he asks the store to send material to the site. When he requests some material from the store to be sent to the site, this is the proper sheet, material issue request. Again, he will find all the colors because he will need all the colors. And here is the material issue voucher, which means the site store, when he receives a request from the engineer to deliver some material to the site, once he delivers some of these materials, he will be dealing with this sheet. And after that, the mock-up construction. Again, the mock-up construction has no quantity either to do it or not to do it. This is why you will not see the blue color on this sheet. And here is the mock-up approval sheet, similar. And after that, activity start. Okay, again, activity start means either to start or not to start. This is not related to the quantity. And again, also activity finish, either to finish or not to finish. But if we need to see if it is partially completed in the construction field, we will go to the progress. And in the progress sheet, we can see what is completed 100% and what is completed partially like this. If we look here in this progress percentage, those completed items, you will see the 100%. Those are not completed 100%, you will see it in like 82%, 50%, etc., etc. Okay, so the remaining thing, the remaining thing in this sheet is to see that we have constructed works and we have payment certificate. The constructed works sheet includes those items that have been completed 100%. Yani every item is completed 100%. And this sheet actually is used to, we deal with this sheet for the reports. We deal with this sheet for the reports. While the payment certificate is those items which have been executed regardless whether being executed 100% or partially executed, because whatever you execute, you will include that in the payment certificate. The payment certificate is always ready and prepared by Promis system. So at any time, you can see all the items that have been executed and the total constructed amount you can see. So the invoice or the payment certificate is always ready to submit to the client. Okay, now how we can update this? We mentioned that the task list for each department is always updated. So how we can update this? From these two chapters, we update according to what is being completed. For example, the shop drawing here. If we go to the shop drawing and material approval, we will see that there are two parts or half pages, half page in the top, half page in the bottom. What is the meaning of that? The meaning of that, whatever, now we are talking about shop drawing and material approval, okay? Whatever has been submitted and approved, you will find it in the top sheet. And here the date of approval here. Whatever is not yet completed, for example, termite control, until now, we did not complete the shop drawing and material approval. Let's suppose that today we have completed this. So simply we fill the date of today and we confirm. Okay. So see now this already jumped to the top sheet. It means this item now termite control, it has been now completed. So what does that mean if we go back to the shop drawing and material approval? See, it is completed now. Look at this, you will see that the termite control has been completed. Now, again, let's notice something here. Let's take again the first item, BOQ item code 1294. 1294. Let us go again and approve this. Now, please notice that there are 3 rows red here in this sheet, 3 rows red. Now, once we complete this, the 3 rows red should become 2 rows red. Let's do that. We go again. Let's remember the number 1294. 1294. Let's go again to the shop drawing and go to the bottom sheet 1294 and we will tell the system that this is completed today. Confirm. Okay, this is completed now. Let's go again to the shop drawing dashboard. See, now it is now 2 rows red, not 3 rows, because that item now is completed. See, this item is now completed. This is how each process will be updated once we add any information to the system that any activity is done. Automatically the sheet of tasks for each department will be updated. This is why we say always that Promise system prepares the task list for each department, here, all the departments related to the project management, all departments. And so for each department, and it is organized according to the priority, always the red in the top because it is late, so it is the top priority. Then the active, the yellow, because it is running now. Then the future active. So it is again arranged according to the priority. And we have shown you how it is being updated according to the action we do here. So similarly, we can, for example, prepare MSR for any of the items. If we go to the MSR sheet, again, we should find 2 parts. Now the top part already completed items, while the bottom parts are not completed yet. Let's take again, for example, termite control. Let's create MSR. See how much it is easy. I want you to see how much the system is easy. So we tell him create MSR. So all the data related to this item are already mentioned, even the quantity. It is already mentioned here. So even the required delivery start date is calculated by the system. The required delivery finish date calculated by the system. Just we need to confirm this. Either to confirm it, but for some reasons we can change it. But let us confirm that we need on the 9th of April to start delivery, and we need to finish the delivery on the 21st of April, as mentioned in the system. And we want to order all the quantity. However, we can order part of it, but let's say we want to order all the quantity. So what we have done on this sheet, actually, we have confirmed the delivery start date, and we have confirmed the delivery finish date, and we just click submit. That's it, finish. So this item, if you see termite control, now it is completed item. Since it is completed item, okay, it is supposed that we can see this in the procurement. Yani if we go, let's say here, if we go to the procurement sheet, okay, go down, see, we can see it here. It is automatically, once the MSR is issued, the next step or the next process will be ready to take action. So it means here we can take action, okay? Now let's go again to the dashboard to tell you something. If we go to the procurement and ask him, what can I do? What is processable? So I press here, see? It is telling me you can do the termite control. Why? Because the previous process, which is MSR, it has been completed. So this is why the system tell me you can do this. However, it is green, so the actual time for it is a future time. But actually, I can do it. Actually, I can do it because the previous process has been completed. Okay, so again, let's go here to do it. Let's go here to do it. I will tell him take action of procurement. Again, all the data related to this item are available here. The item code, the name of the item, the quantity, okay, and the delivery date, okay. So I will confirm the delivery date, first of all. Sometimes I cannot, like, look here. Now today, okay. Now today is 19th, sorry, 9th. So this is 9th of April, correct? And finish on the 21st of April. So I just confirmed the date. Now, what about the price? The system is telling me that the budget of this item, the budgeted price, unit price for this item is 8.8. This budget actually is the total budget of this item, not only procurement. So I have to coordinate with the study department to know what is the percentage allowed for procurement. Let's suppose that 50% is allowed budget for the procurement, which means I am allowed to purchase with the unit price up to 4.4, but I have made the procurement by 4.1, for example. Then only what I have to fill is the, for example, payment method. I can say cash, and the seller name I can say Khalid. Seller phone number, I can say, and the email, whatever the email address, I can do it, Khalid, for example. And the supplier company, the company name, the supplier company from where I purchase from, for example, let's say Termite Company, for example, Termite Company X, its name is X. And the country of origin, let's say the country of origin is, for example, USA. And any notes, if there is any notes, I can say delivery on time, whatever. Okay, then issue, finish. Now, this procurement of this job has been completed. Okay. Similarly, we can, now suppose this item, I can see here, not yet completed, of course, because this is the sheet of material received voucher. We have purchased the thermite control, but not yet received. This is the meaning of not yet completed, but it is supposed to be received. Here, it is supposed to be received. The thermite control, we should be waiting for that, okay? So this is the next step we can. Now, again, I want to make MRV. It means the material has been already received to the main store. I want to record that. So I will see that I have to take action, create action. Simply speaking, if there is any expiry date for the material, I can fill it. If there is any inspection by the consultant, I have fill it. Otherwise, all what I do is to submit, issue only. If the total quantity received. If the total quantity received, I can issue. If some, like partially, let's say 1,000 only received, again, I can issue. Okay. Now, since it is partially, of course, if we go to the dashboard, we will see that it is blue color. Why blue color? Because this is the sheet of material received voucher. It means this is the sheet of the materials that have been delivered to the main store. And since this is not completed 100%, it is shown on the blue color, as you see here. It's very clear that the total quantity is 2,500. The processed or the delivered quantity is 1,000, and still we have 1,500 pending. Okay, so similarly, if I want to make the next exercise, it means MIR. What is the meaning of MIR? Now, the engineer on the site, he can ask the main store to deliver this material to the site. He can, of course, either ask the 1,000 completely, or he can ask partially again. Let's say he can ask for 400 only now. So submit, finish, finish. Again, if we go to the MIR sheet and go to the blue, we will see that the termite control, again, it is a blue. Look, the number here. The total quantity in the BOQ is 2,500, but whatever, but actually only 1,000 were sent to the store. So I have already taken 400 to the site and still 600 are available in the store. So I can take it in the site in a future stage. In a similar way, we can take the exercise of MIB. Again, same thing, termite control. We have only 400 because this 400 is the quantity that the engineer was asking. This is why we can see here 400. So action, create MIV. Okay, create MIV, nothing, just issue. It means, this issue means that the 400 has been delivered from the site store and moved to the main and moved to the site and moved to the site. So the next step is to make mockup. So he can make mockup for that termite store. I can make the mockup for this today. And I can approve the mockup also today or anytime. Mockup approval. We will find that the termite control is here. So today we approve it. Okay. And after approval, we should start. So we can, suppose we have started the work, we again tell the system that we have started the work. Okay. Now, once we started the work, it automatically will be shown on the progress because we have started this work. So if we say insert progress, we want to say to the system, we will find the termite control here in the list. So the list here actually are for, what is the list here? This is the list for the items that are under progress, actually, under construction, actually. They are actually under construction. So if I take the termite control, for example, now, you see, it is telling me the planning date is we are supposed to start on the 30th of April and finish also 30th of April, one day work, okay? And the quantity here, the available quantity, it means the available for progress is 400. However, the BOQ quantity is 2,500, but because the quantity that has reached to the site only 400, so this is the only quantity that we can make a progress. The other quantity are still available in the store or available or not yet delivered to the store. So this is why we find here that available quantity is 400. So what we need to do here on this sheet, we will ask the construction staff that how much quantity you have done today. Here, the system is telling me that the standard productivity is 76, which means the standard productivity means that the one man can do 76 square meter in one day. Okay, so let's suppose that out of the 400, I have made double of the 76, which means I have made 152. 152. To be, if I'm working in a standard way, I need only two people here. So let us suppose that I have started in the standard way and to see the result and make submit. Now, before we make submit, what I'm telling the system? I'm telling the system that today I have completed 152 square meter of termite control, and this quantity was executed by two people. Okay, then we can submit. Okay, and see the result here now. If we take the termite control, the line before the last line, this line, termite control, again, if all the information are here, this is supposed to start on the 30th of April and finish on the 30th of April, but today is 19th of March, and we have done some work on the 19th of March. It is telling me that BOQ quantity is 2,500, and I have completed only 152. So this is why this 152, with reference to the 2,500, it is only 6%. So as a progress, I have completed only 6%. Okay. Now, as a productivity, I am 100%. It means the actual productivity is similar to the planned productivity. It means the people action, the progress of the people were same as was expected, not less, not more. But if we look at the last row, for example, 192%, the planned productivity was 5.2, but the actual was 10. The people were very, very active. So here we say the productivity of the people is 192%. There's no relation between this and this. This is the progress. The 13% is the progress, but the 192% is the productivity. This is why sometimes you see here 100% and here is less than 100, and sometimes opposite. This is how we can see the status of the progress. Again, if we see here, we can see what activities are not completed and what activities are completed. This is why once we start the progress, we can control the completion or the partial completion. We can see that from the progress view sheet. Okay. Now let's go to another chapter, which is subcontracting. Subcontracting means if we want to give some of the items to subcontractor, we should use this chapter. But before that, in the very beginning, we should prepare for that. So we go to the pre-construction chapter and we select the work packages preparation. Why? Once we press here, we will see all the items of the project. So we will select, for example, let's suppose that, let's take sheet 2, for example. Let's suppose that the project manager decided that the external waterproofing for retaining walls will be given by supply and apply subcontractor. So I am deciding by selecting this, supply and apply. And the block work to protect external waterproofing, let's suppose I decided to give it apply only. Termite control by us, by the main company, so we will not select anything. This was already selected. Let's take underground water tank internal. Let's again suppose that this is supply and apply. RC columns, internal walls, and let's suppose apply only, etc. So from this sheet, the project manager will decide which item to be given as a subcontract and what kind of subcontract, either supply and apply or apply only, or he can leave the item to be constructed by the company itself. These are the selection that are the first step to be done regarding to subcontracting. And we make save all. We make save all to save the changes. Now, once we go to the subcontracting sheet, we will see that all the items that we have selected today and was selected before are in this sheet. It means the engineer who is responsible to make the subcontracts, he will need to go to this sheet and he will find out that the first 4 rows, he is already late. It means that he should have completed the first item. Completed what? Completed the subcontract agreement. This is not related to construction or to procurement. This is related to the subcontract agreements. So the first item, external waterproofing for retaining walls, he should have started negotiation, contacting with the subcontractors and talking to them. He should have started on the 3rd of February, and he should have completed that on the 12th of February, which means he is already late 39 days. He did not do this job. So this is why always when we see the red color, always delayed. So in each sheet, when we see the red color, it means there are some delays in the sheet. Okay. Let's now, as a subcontracts manager, now he should take action for this immediately. So let's take action, item number 1290. So the next step, we go to the chapter of subcontracting. So actually in this chapter, in the beginning also, we fill the name of the subcontractors that we are dealing with. For example, we are going to add one supply and apply subcontractor. His name is, for example, is Y Company. Y Company. And we can say in the notes that he is doing all works. For example, he is doing all works. Sometimes we write only windows, only doors. And the representative name, let's say that his name is Khalil. Okay. And the mobile number, we should fill it in order to make it easy to our staff to communicate with the people. And the email also, we should fill it by some whatever, we should fill the email. So we have added now Y Company. He is a supply and apply contractor and he can do all the works and save. Similarly, we add, so if you look at the last row, Y Company, last row, Y Company, supply and apply, all works. Khalil is the man. This is his mobile and this is his email. We can remove and we can update if we want. Now, after that, we go to the create subcontract agreement. Create subcontract agreement. So here, whatever is the date is filled, it means this activity is completed. If the date is not filled yet, this means this subcontract is not done. So let's say that we are going to do this. For example, 1294, underground water tank, internal waterproofing. Okay, this should be supply and apply contract. Now look at the data. The quantity is 5,000 and the budget is 129,600. So our budget should not exceed that, So let's say that I have done this job by 120,000. I have made the contract today, completed today. It means I have completed today. And I select the company. Let's say I select the Y Company that they are going. This is the company that I made the contract with them actually. And save. Okay, finish. If we look at this, look at that, Y Company, this row, 1294, underground water tank, internal. So it's telling me that the budget was 129,600, while the actual contract amount is 120,000, which means I am 108% control on the budget control, which means I am, if I am 100%, then I am according to the budget. If I am less than 100%, I am less than, it means I am exceeding the budget, which means it is red, it's not good. Like this. For example, the budget was, in this item, the budget was 54,000 something, while the actual contract is 60,000. So I am losing from the budget. I am losing from the budget. So my control of the budget is 90%, almost 90%, which is actually not good. This is why it's coming red. While my item is 108%, it means I am saving more, 8% than the allowed budget. And this is the date of the contract. If you see here, 19 March, which is today, is the date of the completion of the contract. We go to the dashboard for the subcontracting. We will see that this item now is one of the completed items. If we look underground, water tank, waterproofing, it is now one of the, this is 1294. It was red before, but now it is in the completed items. Okay, so if we look at the red color, we will see it was 4 rows. Now it is 3 rows because one of the items we have done together. Okay, so this is actually everything about subcontracting. So after that, the variation, it is very easy process here in Promise. If we go to new variation order, this is, we have all the items of the project because everything can be variation. So let's say that, for example, let's take one of the items like, for example, door size, whatever, door, AC units, AC units. The quantity of the AC units is 12. Here, we can change the price, we can change the quantity, we can change the price, and we can change both of them. We can change both of them. Let us take example of changing the quantity. Now, the quantity in the project is 12. Let's suppose it is actually becoming 15. And submit. See how easy it is? Very, very easy. Finish. Now, look at the last row. AC units, it was 12. It become 15. So this is the difference. This is the variation order amount, 7,200, because the price is 2,400. The price is 2,400. So we have increased, because of 3 items, we have increased by 7,200. This is the total of the variation orders in the project. We can also make a new variation order. We can select another item, whatever it is. Okay, lighting, okay. Now we want to change the price. For example, instead of 10, we want to make it 14. And make submit. Now, this is, look at the last row. It was, the price was 10, it is becoming 14. So this is the difference in the BOQ. This is the variation order. I mean, this is the variation order amount. And this is the total of the variation, of course, has been changed. And of course, I can change both. New variation. Let's take, for example, whatever. So instead of 2,000, it is becoming 2,200. And the price, instead of 40, it's becoming 47. And submit. Now, if you see here, both it has been, we have changed the price and we have changed the quantity. Look at this 1297. It was thousand, it become 2,200. The price was 45, it is now 47. And this is the variation amount. And this is the total, of course, has been changed. So by this very, very easy way, we can control the variation in the project, which means there is no chance to lose the cost of any variation. Why there is no chance? Because it's very easy. We are dealing with the variation in a very, very easy way. So there should be no reason to leave any variation without payment, as usually is in many projects. They miss some of the variations because the procedure is taking a lot of time, and the project manager is always busy. But here it's very easy procedure. Now, what about the manpower? The manpower is being calculated by system automatic. It means why? It means the manpower for each item, the system is telling me how many technician I need every day, daily technician. For example, external waterproofing for retaining wall. Now the quantity is 500, okay? The started the start date is well known and the finish date is well known. So it means the number of working days is known. The number of working days is known and the quantity is known. So we need the productivity in order to make the calculation. And the productivity is given by the system itself. يعني Promise system includes a lot of data built in. A lot of data built in. This is why the system is almost working automatically because of the data which is available in the system. So since the productivity is available, the quantity is available, start date is available, finish date is available, the daily technicians are calculated here by system. So regarding the manpower, you don't need to calculate. The system itself is calculating the manpower required for each system. And not only the technician, he's also telling you how many helper you need, how many ganger you need. Here 6, you need 3 helper, you need 1 ganger, etc. So it is giving you the complete stuff, direct stuff, starting from the ganger, the foreman also, sometimes when the number is big like this, you need 39 people and you need 20 helpers and you need 6 gangers and you need 2 foremen. So as you see here, the manpower is completely calculated by the system. All what we need is to coordinate with the HR department to bring the people according to the time schedule. Let's jump to the equipment because manpower and equipment are almost similar, but there is a difference actually. What is the difference? The difference is that in the equipment, you cannot select the type of the equipment by calculation. Why? Because the logistic of the project is, the logistic of each project is different from the other. Let's give you an example to explain that. Let's suppose that you need to build one tower in 2 places or one school. You want to build a school in 2 different places. One place is between the houses in the narrow roads, etc., etc. And the other place is an open area. So in the place where you have narrow item, for example, you can use, for example, the small, like baby loader, like these things you can use here. Skip loader, for example, whatever. While in the other project, you can use, for example, loaders, big loaders, it means. So I mean to say, you will select the suitable equipment from the list. This list includes all the famous equipment that we usually need. And here, after you select, you will say how many skid loader you need. Say you need 1. For how many hours? For 2 hours, for example. Sometimes for the same item, you need different equipment. For example, you need also loader. You need a mobile crane or whatever, mobile crane, for example. Again, you need one mobile crane for 4 hours. You can also select another equipment for the same item. So after you make save all, whatever you have selected is already saved. So this is how we deal with the equipment page. And we have mentioned how we deal with the progress. Now, what about the cost? What about the cost? In the very beginning, once we make the study for the cost of each item, the study department who make the tenders, who submit the tenders, he should be able to say that, for example, the mobilization offices, the cost of this will be divided like this. 80% of the cost will be for the material. 3% will be for the manpower. 1% for the tools, 7% for the equipment, 4% for the indirect cost. While if we take the excavation, for example, only 5% for material, only 3% for manpower, 1% for the tool, but 80% for the equipment, because this item needs a lot of equipment, and the indirect cost is 11%. So the cost department need to check this list. So how he check this? He download the template here. Download template. It will be here. Open. So now there is a file here. He can edit it. He can change. The study department can change. Like, for example, he wants to make this 90%, for example, but the total should be 100. So it means I have to reduce this, for example, to 1. And so 2. So now 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7 plus 3. This is 100. Similarly, he can review the study department. He can review all the percentages. And after that, he can save this file. He can save this file like cost percentage, and save it. Okay. Now, again, we go to the website, upload. We can upload the file. So this is the file. Open, upload, finish. So if you go to we will see that it was 85%, it is now 90%. This was 7%, it is now 2. Whatever you change now is being changed here. Now, these percentages, after you save all, these percentages are changed to numbers, because the 5% of the, for example, of the 40,000, you multiply by 5%, it will give you. So now the material cost has become a number. The 90% of 40 is 36,000, etc. Similarly for all the items. Now this is the budget. It means this is the budget details of all the items of the project. Now after that, the actual cost, we have to fill the actual cost after coordination with the accounting department and with the cost control department. So we can fill here, and we can update this for any reason. If the data was corrected after 1 day or 2 days, you can update that. So after that, after you save, it will give you the report. The report is very nice report here. Now he is telling you, for example, if you take the mobilization office, he's telling you that the budget cost was 40,000. Please remember that the budget is not the contractual cost. The contractual cost is the selling cost, which is like 50,000, which means you take 50,000 from the client once you submit. If we go to the payment certificate and go to the mobilization, we have done 5 offices and the price is 10,000. So the total is 50,000. This is the selling price. This is coming in the payment certificate. You will claim that from the client. This is the selling price, the contractual price. And this is the contractual total. Let's go back to the cost. The mobilization, as we have shown you, the 50,000 is the selling price, but the budget is 80%, or the budget is only 40,000. This is the budget. However, the actual price was even less than the budget. So it was only 37,000. But look at these details. That we have saved 3,000 from the budget. From where we have saved this? Look at this. We have saved 5,000 from the material, and we 200 from the manpower, 100 from the tools, but we lost 2,500 in the equipment, and we saved 100. The total algebraic total of this is 3,000. It means we have made a saving from the budget of 3,000, and this is the detail. What is the advantage of this table? The advantage of this table, the project manager will look, where is the red? Where is the red? For example, the material here, no red. It means the control in the material, on the material of this project is excellent. Nothing is red. Look at the manpower. Again, 4 out of 5 is green, which means, oh, but look at this red. This red is too much. This means this item, there was a problem in this item. The manpower was not calculated properly. So this is a special case. So, but look at the tools. It's okay because most of it is red, green. Look at the equipment here. We have 3 cells red, which means the equipment, there is a problem in the control of the equipment in the project. We have to take care. So this red color means something less than the budget. I am losing from the budget. I'm exceeding the budget. This is why it is red. So from these colors and from these the totals, I can understand the cost problems, or where is the cost is controlled and where is the cost is not controlled. This is regarding the cost, and we have seen the equipment. Now let's see the handover. Actually, the handover is very important in this system. It is telling you when to start to make the snag list in the architectural department for the architectural activities. I have to start the snag list on the 8th of August and finished on the 23rd of September. This is similarly, I have to start to prepare the required extra materials on this date, the spare parts, the internal snag list, and the required extra material for operation and maintenance. Okay, so what about if I start some item? If I start some item, okay, it will become blue. If I start some item, it will become blue. But if I finish some item, it will become gray. So the gray items are completed, while the blue items have been started but not finished yet. Let us start together, like site cleaning here. Today started. So if we look at the bottom, we can see that this is becoming blue because we have started already. If we finish this, it will become gray. Look at this now, the reports. I have very beautiful reports here. It is telling me now what is the status according to the last date I completed one of the items. Actually, in the progress, we made together some partial job, but we did not complete the item. But if we complete the item, let's go to the progress again, insert the progress. Take this, for example, take this, the total quantity 400, already we completed 400, and the available, now let's tell the system that the remaining 400 we completed also. And the manpower, let's say 100, submit. Okay, this item now is completed. Now, once the item is completed, we have to fill also the actual cost. If we go to the actual cost, you see draft foundation, we have to fill the cost now because the item is completed. So once we fill the actual cost, so the total here is 500, let's say 300,000. For example, this is 100,000. And this is 50,000, and this is 20,000, and this is 15,000. And save all. Now the status of the rough foundation is here. The budget was 512,000 and the actual cost was this much. We are saving here, we are losing in the tools. And I think we have fixed. Let's go again to the actual cost to the tools. Oh, 50,000 for 5,000, I mean. Save all. Okay. Now it's reasonable, more reasonable. So we have the actual cost of 540,000, which means we are making total saving of 72,000 from the budget, and this 702,000 from a material, etc., etc., etc. Now, if we go to the reports, this is the last day today. Today is the last day where we added some item completely. So this is the report of today now. Now it is telling me, the report is telling me this report of current status compared with the budget. Today's status of the project compared with the budget. The system is telling me that the planned value, yani it is supposed that today I should have completed work with a budget planned of 6,954,000, etc. While the earned value, the actual work that I have completed, the budget of that is 6,822, it's 6 million, etc. So the actual cost is 6,400,000. So the cost variance is this much, and the cost control performance is 106.05, which is excellent, actually. Excellent. It means I am saving from the budget something like 6%. I am saving from the budget. Actually, if I am doing the job with the same as the budget, it is excellent. But I am saving from the budget itself. So it means the control of 106% is more than excellent. This is regarding the cost. But what about the time? The time schedule is here. The system is telling me that the earned value, the total number of planned days, it means This work which I have done, I should have done it by 61.8 days, while actual time is 63 days. It means I am a little late. I am like 2 days delay now. So the control on the time schedule is 98%, a little delay. So this schedule, this status is giving me about the profits and about the time schedule. And look at this. Now here we can see the status of completion compared with the budget. Yani what is expected at the end of the project. It is expected that the budget will be 12,695,000, etc., while the estimated cost at completion will be 11 million, etc., and the variance will be 724,000, and there will be 5.71. Again, the CPI is 106%. Again, at the end of the project, it is supposed to finish in 275 days, but I'm going to finish in 280 days. And this is why there is a control of 98% on the time schedule. But what about the current status compared with contractual amount? Today actually, the work which I have done, when I claim from the client, I claim this amount, 8 million. Where I can see this? I can see this in the payment certificate. Look at this. This is the invoice in the payment certificate. This is the completed work. This one, I can see it again in the reports. So this is the total today completed, the total work completed today, but the actual cost of this is only 6 million 432. It means I am making a profit today of 2 million something, which means if I compare with the selling price, not with the budget, with the contractual, I am making a profit of 24%, which is very excellent project. Again, regarding the date, the time schedule, I am 98% from the. What about the status at completion compared with the selling contractual amount? The contractual amount of the whole project, it means this is the total money that I am going to take from the client. So it is 15 million something, while the end will be 11 million. This is the estimated cost of the project at completion. I am estimating to pay only 11,970,000, etc. So the estimated amount of profit is 3 million, etc., etc., which is again 24%. Now the time schedule, again, it is supposed to finish in 275 days, but it is going to be finished in 280 days, which means that it was supposed in the agreement that I should finish the project on the 16th of October, while I am expecting to complete the job on the 22nd of October 2023. This is the end of the video, but I can tell you something here that I can give every user whatever is allowed to give. The authorities can be distributed here. I can select who will use the equipment, who will use the handover, who will deal with the subcontractor. I can select the users and I can manage the users from this chapter. This is the end of the video. Thank you very much. This is Bashir Abeid from Al Wad International Project Management Company.